Hello everybody, here is Tinkerbell and she's going to have her hair cut. I'm going to shut the window because I can hear next door they're having some work done. So, come on sweetie. I'm not going to put any music on today because what I'll do is I will load it up onto my YouTube later. So we're going to see, we're going to have an experiment today and see whether anybody actually talks to me. It will be a miracle. So let's just see. I seem to have silent lives. I do obviously, safety reasons, I'm going to be looking at my dog the majority of the time, but I will look up the questions and if I miss a question, just load it up again. So Tinkerbell comes every 8 weeks. She's a Cavapoo. She's a sweet. Thank you. She's getting on a little bit now. She did have an operation not long ago. She had like a little mammary tumour type thing removed from underneath. But you're okay now, aren't you? She's a kissaholic. I've got till 1 o'clock to do her hair, or just a little bit before 1 o'clock. She is my 11:15 dog. Oh, let's go up a bit. So please do ask questions. I'll try not to have a silent live. sweetie. Lovely sunshine today, isn't it? Lovely sunshine. Stay good girl. Nobody's talking, Tinkerbell. So she just has the same all over, so we do 3 all over, 13mm. Which is a really good length for an 8-week haircut. You can see the hair, the growth on an 8-week and a 3 comb. How long does it take you to finish? Well, I do like a good hour, 45 minutes to finish. She came at 11:15, so I always give them 5 minutes, you know, if they may go toilet or just to chill out when they come. And then we do the bath and dry, and then we do the haircut. So all in all, from start to finish, about an hour and 45 minutes. And the reason I can do that is because she's kept in a low maintenance style and she comes regular. You know, if you've got a dog that's overgrown and things like that, you can't really say how long it's going to take you. And obviously if it's a dog unknown to you, you've got everything else, you know, its behaviour, the condition of its coat, all that type of thing. But you will notice with, unless I get an odd one, 99% are used to having the haircuts and they're kept not free, you know, because they're coming regular. The owners actually don't have to do that much maintenance. on the coat. I might get a little bit of knotty on ears and a bit knotty on tail. That's about as much as I get, which is so much better for the dog, because you haven't got to start pulling knots out, and that is when they get a bad experience. That's why you tend to find the groomers will just shave off and start again, because it's not nice, and especially if they're not used to it, they're not on a regular schedule. You know, you can build it up once the customer understands that they've got a high maintenance breed, like a Cavapoo, Cockapoo. Once they've got that down, life becomes easier for everybody. Did I miss anything? She's very chilled, yeah. Well, that's what you get, you see. You know, when they come and they know. I know I'm always banging on about this, but this is the beauty of a regular groom. You know, they don't have to get all worked up and have anxiety and stuff like that. I've got many dogs that suffer with separation anxiety, but are so good for the haircut because it's a regular thing. So although they go crazy when their owners come for grooming, they know what the script is. I do the same thing, we have the same routine, and dogs love routine, they do. You know, and everything's a repetitive thing, you know, like learning to sit and stay. You know, unless you do it continually, they never learn, do they? So, and they can be chilled, because I'm literally just doing the haircut. I haven't got to pull any knots out, you know. And they're like, yeah, this is what we do, this is how we have our haircuts, and then I'm going to get treats after. Which you'll notice that that's one of the things I do. Unless they're a puppy and I'm doing treat mats and things like that, they always get treats after as a reward for being good. I love my customers so much, because they know you know, Tinkerbell's got her year list for next year already. You know, a lot of mine have, because they know that they've got to come every 8 weeks, so it's booked. That she doesn't have to worry about it. She gets a message, a reminder when her haircut's there, and that's it. Just the same as you might go to the barbers or the hairdressers as a human. It's the same for the dog. In actual fact, most of my customers would probably say that the dog gets their hair cut more than they do. Hello. Hi, how are you? How are the troublesome ones? I haven't got any music on today because I'm going to upload this to YouTube later. Well, thank you so much for the questions. They really help. Because obviously that is the word that I like to spread about, you know, practical haircuts and things like that. Just making people's life easier, and the dogs easier, and the cats. Do you price dogs? Is it by hour? So it's a bit different for me because it's a bit weird to explain, but how I do mine is based on me, so my overheads and things like that. So you might find that people charge different things. Obviously a salon, they've got you know, more overheads. I used to have a salon before, and there'd be more people and you've got more overheads. It's, you know, so the likely cost is going to be higher because they've got to pay, they may have to pay wages and national insurance. Whereas I moved from a salon to home, so I literally only do about 4 dogs a day, because when I set up my salon, I had to go through the council, I had to do plans, they had to write to my neighbour, and I did it properly. And I forgot where I was now because I thought somebody's coming in. Memory, that's what happens when you get to 50. So yeah, so the council gave me sanctions to work, you know, so I'm only allowed to pretty much do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I'm not allowed to do weekends, not weekends, half a day, Saturday, not Sundays. So I'm limited to the amount of dogs that I can do. But I still want to be reasonable, and I want my customers to come regular, and it be affordable for them so that they can maintain the dogs and it works all round. So like my cockapoos generally are from 50-55, and that's like the hour and 45 minutes. My smaller dogs are from 41, 43, 46. It just depends on the level of skill that I need. So obviously a short cut, it's not going to take me as long as having to scissor legs and things. So obviously a bit of skill is added in there as well. So I really need sort of a certain amount a week to cover my costs. Obviously I work at home, so I've got my mortgage and, you know, my water, my electric and everything. So, which I probably do a lot more of us because there's not that many people that live in our house. So the majority of it, and because I'm working at home, I can only put so much through, you know, I can't put it all through. So yeah, it really just depends on your situation. So that's why it may vary price wise for people. It's like some areas in the country might charge more, like, you know, the further down south, because of cost of living, etc. So I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so I try and keep it reasonable because, you know, I'm not having to I'm not doing new customers. If I do new customers, I may have to sort of add, because I'll have to adjust the times, and what I'm using, because I may need to use more products, that type of thing. So it's all about, you know, what you need to cover your, you know, and to be able to make a profit, because we are a business at the end of the day. But I do try and keep it reasonable, because I do want people to come regular. I want the dogs to come regular, because I think it benefits them more than just going to a random groomer and just paying whatever. You know, the benefits of having a regular groomer just far outweigh you just going to any random thing. Your dog doesn't learn anything either, it just doesn't know where it is. We all groom differently, we all have different routines. We all have different skills. So, like somebody that's just qualified has probably just paid a fortune out for their qualifications. I mean, and they have to bear that in mind when they're doing their costings. I'm like you, I work from my garage in Home Midlands. I'm about the same. Yeah. That's it. And to be fair, there's a lot of groomers starting up. And you know, they you might find that they'll start off very cheap, but you can't maintain that if you know, if you want to be able to pay your bills, you know. So in the long run, it's always best to charge what you need to charge to cover everything than it is to start low, because then it's hard to put it up. Especially if you're having to put it up a large amount because you've realised that you're not covering everything, you know. Does that make sense? It's not necessarily about your skill level. You still got to, you know, you're still providing a service, and you've still got to. I mean, I've just changed my shampoo just recently, because some of the shampoos that I was using previously were just become too expensive, and as much as I love them, I just can't afford to buy them and keep everything, you know. But I want good quality products. I want good quality stuff on my dogs. So you have to sort of keep your eye on what's good. I've used actually, I snuck a little bit of Buggerlugs into the shampoo mix because I love that cinnamon smell. But I've used the special treatment by the Simpsons shampoos. It's for like poodles, bichons, fluffy dogs, and it's lovely. And her coat is normally quite hard to trim because it's very spaniely, if you understand that. There's not much lift in it. And I've found that it's really given some volume to a leg, so I can give you a nice trim. Because it normally sits quite flat sometimes because it's got more of a spaniel. thank you for the questions. I really appreciate them. It's nice not to have a silent live. I feel like the invisible dog groomer most of the time. So many times I come on. And nobody says a word, it's quite difficult. You're just sort of talking to yourself. You know, a lot. The equipment for dog groomers is very expensive. I mean, when I bought this, for instance, just as a little trimmer, it was £165. So, you know, you want, eventually when you get some better equipment as you're growing, you know, it's not cheap. So, you know, it's going to be a long time before you can afford it because you're not charging what you need to be charging. That's gone long, hasn't it? Let's check that. Sometimes you find that they've got a high set-up toe. So when they've got a high set-up toe, the nail grows longer because obviously it's growing down, and then the sort of the pad bits here, and the nail comes up and down. I just put my order in for some special treatment. Always looking at it. Oh, it's good, and it's a really good price, and it's really, I tell you what, I have got a little bit of a cinnamon tinge in there, but it's a really fresh smell. And I tell you what, it comes quick, super quick. I couldn't believe it. I think I did it at the night and it arrived in the afternoon. I was like, how do they even do that? So they are massively quick, and also they sent me the wrong shampoo, and I sent them a message. I said, you've sent me the wrong one. I said, oh, you know, I'll have it, but you know. And they said, oh no, keep that one and we'll send you the one that you should have had, because they've been so busy. And I thought, oh, and I said, oh, that's really nice of you. So they are good eggs, I say, Simpsons. And it is really good quality stuff. And the Banish, so what I've done is I've not put conditioner on because her hair sits spaniely. I've used just a bit of Banish spray for my sort of conditioning. And I think I got the black pepper one. I thought it was going to be a big one, but it wasn't. But I tell you what, it's small, but it's mighty. Because I do much prefer a spraying conditioner while I'm drying, and because a lot of the shampoos that I've got, it's like I've got a coconut one there from Simpsons, and it's very conditioning, so I don't feel like I need to give it a load. I don't need to give it a load more conditioner on top. It just needs to be really nice and clean. It's not like a deep cleansing one, so you're not really stripping the oils out, you know. There you go. quiet in here, isn't it? I don't know if anybody said anything, but let me just flick down, just in case. No. I think we're up to date. This is a handy little trimmer. I've missed it. It's been here. I've been using my normal one just recently, just a little one that I use for feet, but I got, you can get different blades for this, and I love mini trimmers because I've got big fat hands. So big fat hands, big clipper, bulk, and then I have big hands and small. So I always use the small clippers. And these you can get like 7F, you can get all different ones. Like this one is the 4-in-1. So they do all your short ones, your little bits, and then this is a 7F. So I use a normal blade, like the bits that you don't get quite with a clipper. I use this, don't I? I do. Isn't that my sweetie? What do you use for hygiene? Yeah, I use those. I generally use those for hygiene. These ones, because you can move them. Let me just show you. See, you've got all these different things. If you watch, all right, it's on. What's it on? It's on the top one, so it moves. Can you see it moving? I'll go to the top again. See? So you can, you can go really, super short. It's great for poodles' faces because it's like a ceramic, it's not like a metal. So you feel safer when you use it. Because these ones, the metal, this is a 5-in-1 blade. You've got 3 settings, but you can go in between as well. So if you look on there, you can go in between the settings. Because it's metal, you go really short, you go inside a pad, and if you're not used to using them, you can graze them. So this is why I love these type. Yes, don't we? Right, let's go round here. I just think they're ideal. And because I do poodles and things, I use those. No problem. I mean, it's not a cheap piece of kit, but I'll tell you what, it's brilliant. And also the battery life on it is amazing. I hadn't used it for ages. I've not had it plugged in. And then I used it, and I thought, I'm going to have a trouble with the battery here, and obviously it's not one of those ones that you can replace the battery easily, like with these have only got so much shelf life, so you can keep the machine and you replace the battery. A bit like these only have so much. I've had replacement ones. These are about £60–70 to replace. This hasn't got a battery. It's in a charging docket. And I think because it's, what do they call it? Like, is this one a lithium, they say? Like your screwdriver, it tends to charge and keep the charge, and it's just really good. And I've had this for years now. Oh. I've had this for years and it's never let me down. And like I say, I've had that turned off for ages because And these blades, they last a long time as well. You need to use them on clean coat like any clipper really. But it lasted me ages, the original one that I had, and I've only just replaced it, but like I say, and they were like, the replacements are like 30 something, but they're quiet, they're ace for cats, they're brilliant for cats. You know, sometimes I just do that, like their bottom, instead of, you know, trying to trim it. I just sort of skim it away so it looks kind of nice. Because when you do it with scissors, you kind of, it looks like an obvious cut. Sorry, what trimmer is that? It's the Artero, this one's the Artero Spectra. And this one is the Wahl. These are really cheap to get. You can get these for about £80. I love these. And the Bravura. I use the Bravura, which is similar to this, but instead of it having a battery, it sits on a docket. So this is one of those, the lithium type, holds loads of charge on that battery. And this is what I use for my cutting. So people use the, you know, your 10, your 15, your 30 on your clipper and then your blade. I tend to use this. So I use on the one setting and then I use the slide-on comb, always. Just because I've got big hands and I feel like I can get in small places. Yeah. Right, let's do this one because we've got 20 minutes and we've got to do your face. Let's do your nails. No problem. But it's personal preference really. A good time for everybody really is crufts, because you can go round to these things and say, what do you got clipper wise? Show me your clippers. Come here, sweetheart, you're going off the end of the table. And we don't want to do that, do we? Not liking them scissors at the moment. My mum retired some time ago from grooming and she gave me a load of stuff, and that was one of the scissors that she gave me to try. So I've been testing them all out, and I don't know if you meant to, but I've been selling mine on Vinted. I've got some old blades that I never use, and some blades of my mum's that she no longer obviously uses because she's retired. But she used to use a lot of skip tooths, and I don't like skip tooths. So I've got a load there of skip tooths that I put on. Come here. Let me pause. I'll have to pause. Wait, pause. How do you pause there? going to do a face now. The bit everybody likes. I do my faces the same way, it's just my sort of blueprint of doing faces. Because when you're in the salon, you're trying to do sort of cute faces really quick. So I kind of developed my own little pattern of doing things. Because I am qualified, and I've been grooming a long time, but I am a lot self-taught. I like to figure things out myself. I've always been like that. So, I've done so I won't go too technical. I don't really do technical. But because she's got a 3 body, I don't want a massive head. So I'm just scooped over her head with the 3. So it's kind of in balance. And then I'm going to do around her ears. So move the ear out. I've taken all this out. Cut, cut, cut. And obviously I'm going over my own trims, so I'm just trimming the regrowth, if you know what I mean. That way. Sometimes it's difficult to see dark coloured dogs when the light is shining like this. So, just go this way. Right. Higher setting, eyeballs. Not all dogs like you doing this, so a lot of the time I do it with my trimmers, my scissors, thinning scissors. I'll just take that out for now. Where's those? My sweet. I like it proper cleaned out because it's just going to grow otherwise. Fringe. So I'll lift up the bottom, set in the length I want, wait, top down, and you're a licker. Let's take on the high. Ready? Let's take that stuff. Good girl. Well done. Top down. Match you up. I'm with you forward. Take the point off. We're coming back. And then we blend. The light's terrible in here today, isn't it? It's really... Okay, other side. Oop. Oop. Get rid of them bogies. Eat your tongue in. Okay, ready? What are we on? Ooh, 10 minutes. And spiky face. Still got a load of hairs there, haven't you? Good girl. Come here, sweetie. Licka, licka, licka. Let's just do that higher up. Sorry if I've missed. Oh, thank you for the likes. She's got hair that likes to stick to itself, don't you? Like Velcro. Like Velcro, so it is. let's go that way. Pretty girl, pretty girl. Are you pretty girl? Me. And then I hate this is stuff that goes around your teeth, isn't it? Thank you. And that. Like a lizard licker. Lizard licker. Good girl. Right, let me see. Clever girl. Ooh. Oh no, licking. Don't licking. Can you hear the car? Always a good indication, isn't it, of any owners coming if they start looking. Right, let's just go over here now. Good girl. Let's do a spraying. Some let's just sit that in. Comb it in. And they always sit down on everything and it goes all crimpy, and then you go on the floor, you shake and it's all good again. Isn't it? Got to be very careful under there because she's got little, rather large lady bits. You have to sort of put your finger on them. You always find bits. Always. Once it's settled in, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Watch those boobies. Right, let's get a shorter comb. Let's just make sure the inside of your legs are nice and short. There we go. What's happened to this tail, Tinkerbell? Just hold it on the end there. Wait a minute. See what I mean about them sitting down and then you crimp it up just when you think you have it nice. It'll be fine on the floor. Sometimes it's a bit too close up to them and you go a little bit blind. It's what you call shaggy chic. Shaggy chic. Okay, my sweetie, let's turn you around. Are you ready for your close-up? Are you ready for your close-up? Dodgy hands. That's it. That way, go that way. Wait. Should we see on the floor what you look like? Hmm? There we go. Let's just flip you. Good. Oh, right. Let me have a look. Yeah, Graham's eyes. I do it with Bichon's, like snowblind I call it. Right, let me flip. Flip it round. Woo woo. Ha ho. Right, I'm not sure if you'll like these, because nobody seems to like them and I've left the other ones, they're still in the car. Yeah, Tinkerbell. Oh, you like them. You like them? No. Let me turn it round again. Flip. Oh, Dad's here. Let's see if we can flip round. Let's just pause again. She's gone. It's probably first little murmur that she made. Oh, here comes. She doesn't make a sound when she's here. So there you go. Anyway, so thank you for joining me today, and thank you for everybody that asked questions. I hope it helps, and I will upload this video to my YouTube channel, which you can find up on the bio thingy, if you want to rewatch it. And thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.